I'm Amanda Pagliari, and this is Brazil's most charming motorcycle channel. Today you'll see the real vlog zone with Honda's new 500s. Which do you prefer, the NX500 or CB500 Hornet? Write it here in the comments. Well, my helmet is already on the Hornet, so I'll go with the Hornet and I'll come back here with the NX. The red color is beautiful, but the black one looks amazing too. Yeah, that's it, let's ride. I'm here at the launch of the CB650R with e-clutch technology. There's a video on the channel, you'll see a real vlog, but it's not the launch video for it yet. For the 500 line, there will be a video here on the channel, but it's more like a preview. Since I'll drive them, I recorded it for you. Go ahead and leave a like, okay? Let's drive. First impressions here with the new CB500 Hornet. I know a lot of people are going to say that Hornet is 4 cylinders, and I'm already telling you that the evolution of the 4-cylinder Hornet is the Hornet 1000. And why is this one called Hornet? Because it's inspired by the design, so now we have a Hornet family. Starting from the 500, then there's the 1750. Both are twin cylinders, and now the 1000. It's confirmed, it comes to Brazil next year. What do I think about this model here? Well guys, it's the 500 engine that we already know, that well-known Honda engine, which has been evolving over time. It used to be weaker, this engine. And Honda has been working to make this engine here sportier, more fun. So it's an engine that we already know. What will really make a difference are the new technologies, like, for example, the traction control here, which you can turn off. The new dashboard. And that's it. Unfortunately, the dashboard didn't come with connectivity like they have in Europe. And we'll have to see at the launch. I'll ask Honda why it didn't come with connectivity. But it's the same dashboard, it just doesn't have the connectivity function and the messaging function. It handles curves like the CB1100. Both models share the same base. Both the Hornet 500 and the NX500 share the same base, but of course with different purposes. So which one should you buy? Of course, if you already have a favorite, then you should buy the one you think is the most beautiful, or the one you identify with. But what if it doesn't matter to you? Any of them, you're unsure, and it's not only the price. So what can I say to you? There are options recommended for each style. So in the case of the Quinhentos Hornet, it's for that person who likes sportiness. You'll ride in the city, you'll ride through traffic lanes. It's a compact naked bike, so you won't have much trouble in traffic. You'll have a lot of agility. This bike is agile and light. Certainly, whoever rides as a passenger will suffer a little. Especially here on this patched asphalt, the Honda's suspension struggles a little, so it's not really recommended. If you're going to ride on this type of terrain, the asphalt is really messed up, by the way. But if you're going to take corners, if you're going to ride on the weekend with your friends, you're going for a ride, enjoying curves and hitting the road, the Quinhentos Hornet will be that bike for you, with a ride more focused on sportiness and performance. But really, it's for speeding up, that's the truth. So, putting all the design aspects aside, And riding wise, since your legs are more tucked in here because it's a naked bike, you can travel with the Quinhentos Hornet, you can. But pay attention because you don't have anywhere to put luggage. Are you going to put a trunk on your CB500 Hornet? Some people do it, I don't judge. Some people even put a trunk on a sport bike, but are you going to do it? If you're going to put it, that's fine, but side cases don't look good. So it's a bike more for short rides, quick trips, riding alone, performance, no sportiness, curves, racetrack, city. So that's what this bike represents and aspires to. If you're going to ride, oh my, it's a minefield here. If you're going to ride on rough roads like this bike is not the most suitable. So take into consideration not only how you're going to ride, but also where you're going to ride. All right? Are you on Team CB500 Hornet or are you on Team NX? Write it here in the comments. And if you want to add why should someone go or not go, write it below on the 500 Hornet. Reminder, this video simply compares the two. I'm not saying if the CB500 Hornet is the best in its category. It's just to help someone decide between both Honda models which share the same base. And who is the new NX500 for? That's cool. I really like the look. I have to admit to you that the look of the Cariano isn't my favorite. I like motorcycles. Picture a standard motorcycle, something between the Sara and Tornado. I prefer the look of the Tornado, but the NX500 looks really beautiful too. Good suspension. Yeah. I prefer the NX500 more. So you already know which one is my favorite between the two. Also, I'm a tall person. I even forgot to mention that. In the video about the 500 Hornet, that shorter people of short stature will do better on a naked. And since I'm a tall person, we have a 19-inch rim here in the front, so it's a bike that has a higher stance, a more upright posture, and is much more comfortable. Exactly, so you can spend long hours, many kilometers traveling. The seat is more comfortable than the Hornet 500. So it's recommended for anyone who wants to travel, looking for a motorcycle to ride long distances. It's not a big trail, it's a crossover. What does that mean? It means it's for asphalt, but that doesn't mean it doesn't have suspension to handle a bit of dirt. And besides that, it has aerodynamic protection here, which helps a lot. But even if someone doesn't plan to travel with it, if they travel monthly or even 3 times a year, even without using it for trips, let's put it this way, this motorcycle here ends up being very comfortable for everyday use. So you lose that aspect of performance, sportiness, taking curves, that feeling that excites you to use the motorcycle in a sporty way. You don't have that in this motorcycle, but here you have comfort. You no longer expect high revs to ride there for performance, but you have comfort. You have a motorcycle for you to really enjoy the trip. And it's already prepared for you to put a top case. It has a trunk support. You can add side bags. And then, yes, you can load your luggage very easily. And also take a passenger, right? It's much more comfortable than you taking a passenger on the Hornet 500, right? But that doesn't mean this bike doesn't have good handling, right? As I said, both have the same base. However, here you have more comfort and a grip that's really meant for traveling. The dashboard is the same for both. The socket. It's this ugly thing right here. Look, let me show you. It's ugly, guys. That's a downside. It's not even a review video, but I'm giving you spoilers, for God's sake, right? You have to bring an adapter and all that. The suspension is already a positive point. Even when you ride standing up here, look, it's more comfortable because it's narrower in the seat area, making it much easier to ride standing up. Now it's just potholes everywhere, like a minefield. We always talk about off-road dirt, but look, to turn. It has the same handling and agility as the CB500 Hornet. For me, this bike here is really nice. It's really versatile. So you can use it in many different ways, and it does really well now with this new dashboard. The team turned out amazing. It's a shame it lacks the global positioning system gives turn-by-turn directions, so connectivity should be fine, right? Look at the size of that speed bump. Oh my God, it's huge. But that's it, guys, really. This motorcycle turned out great. More high-tech, it also has traction control, just like its naked sister. Changes. Besides the looks, the taillight also changed. It was already full LED. So it's an evolution. We have a lot of asphalt that feels more like off-road, right? With so many potholes and patches. There, in those cases, the NX500 performs well. Since it has a much more optimized suspension here for uneven terrain, so you can ride more comfortably. That's it, the windscreen can't be adjusted. For me, this one is the best because it's more comfortable, right? I'm not such a racing person who looks for performance, but I know there are people who like the CB500 Hornet, and there are people who are on Team NX500. Will you tell me if you like the new look? I think the Hornet, it hasn't changed much. It still follows that Street Fighter style, but the NX, it changed a lot, so now it follows a new line. Look, more Takariano. But it looks nice. In my opinion, it looks nice. It seems more robust. And besides, guys, the fender is high. At high speeds, it can destabilize the motorcycle. So that's why for trips, they even mentioned that in Sara 300 regarding tornado, comparing that Sara was more stable for traveling because it didn't have the nose. And here you don't have that. So the air comes in and it doesn't destabilize the front. Of course, it's just a little bit that your bike will feel. That's not it. But think about it. It's more stability for you and better aerodynamics here with this fairing. But that's it, guys. In my opinion, Amandina, if I had money, if I had to choose one actually, right? If I had to choose one of the two, if Rhonda said, Amanda, choose one of the two, obviously NX500 without a doubt. It's much more versatile for my use, for my life. But I want to know your opinion. Are you on Team Hornet? Are you on Team NX? Write it down here below. And tell me if you also prefer the old look with the beak or without the beak. I admit the old look of the 500X was beautiful. But here, in this case, it's no longer a CB. The 500 Hornet remained in the CB family since it went to the NX. So it got a few little changes in its concept. In practice, nothing changed. The handling is still the same as the 500X. Mechanical set, brakes, suspension. Oh, caramel! Everything remains unchanged. What changed? Besides the looks, more technology with traction control that you can turn off, and the dashboard 100% digital. Right? We had a change in weight, so she's about a kilo lighter. The CB 500 Hornet gained about a kilo, and unfortunately, the engine lost some horsepower. It's the same as the Hornet because of the promote. Honestly, I don't notice much difference. Only there, on the dot, on the dynamometer, maybe it makes a difference. But when riding, for me, it's the same as the old CB 500X. That's it, a real vlog for you guys, showing here this little ride with Honda's new 500s. There will be a launch video for it now in August. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. That way, as soon as it comes out, you'll be the first to know everything that's changed. Built-in technology, detailed dashboard. And later, when I get it, I'll do a thorough review. MotoPlay standard with the pros and cons. In this video, it's more about a test ride. That's how Honda is calling it, a test ride.